What's up, everybody? This is Darksinne here, back to more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. Welcome back to anyone who has been watching my channel and waiting for a video. Welcome back to a new video that I'll be having for us to watch here. Man, it has been a while, and you can definitely tell by my introduction that I have not practiced at all in the time that I've been gone. But guys, listen, okay, I have been really sick, and apart from that, before that, you know, I was really busy with exams as well, so I don't want to keep making up excuses for why I haven't been casting StarCraft, and I just want to celebrate with everyone here, okay? This is me, like, I'm putting my hands out to you, and I'm being sincere, and I'm saying, you know, let's all have a good time watching some StarCraft. And, you know, we're not just going to be watching any StarCraft. We're going to be watching the team story. Was it? Yeah. No, not team. Oh, man. This is the HomeStory Cup from Tech TV, hosted in Germany a couple of weeks ago. And this is going to be one of the, I think this is the round of 16 matches between, down at the bottom right-hand side is SK's MC, and down at the bottom left-hand side is going to be Liquid's TLO, and they're going to be playing on the new, oh man, wait, what's this? This is Newkirk? I believe this is Newkirk Citadel or something, but anyway, a couple of things that they've changed about this map. Man, this is pretty zoomed in. Yeah, a couple of things that they've changed about this map is they've opened up this area over here, down between the two middle bases down in the south side. They've opened up a ramp area over here, just to allow, I think because this base was a little bit strange, I'll agree with the change. I think it was a good change because it means that the map is a little bit more open, and that the additional bases have slightly easier access to ground units, which is really good for defending as well as attacking. A little bit of scouting coming down from MC over here just to see exactly what he can see, and he puts down a pylon over here to maybe be a little bit aggressive with that pylon over there. He's going for a forge fast expand. It's pretty common versus Zerg, because Zerg's just come out with like a lot of very aggressive expanding. Anyway, the last thing that I want to say about this map before we get into like watching the game pretty seriously is that there is no Xel'Naga the Watchtower down in the middle here anymore, which I think is a really good thing. You know, like the Xel'Naga Watchtowers are, a lot of people don't necessarily agree with him because they force you to keep your units outside of your army and keep them over there, and you often have like you know, just pseudo engagements for those sorts of things, and it doesn't really aid in the map, and a lot of them are out of the way, and they don't really serve much of a purpose. But I think it's more important for players to use their own skill and their own units for scouting, rather than to just, you know, have a Zergling over there, whereas the value of a Zealot obviously much higher than one single Zergling, and it's just the scouting opportunity is not quite, I think, fair amongst all races. So anyway, we do have quite a bit of aggressive expanding from TLO over here, getting his 3 bases up. I think it's pretty good. Let me get that production tab up. Man, it has been so long. Obviously forgetting to get that darn production tab up so that everyone can see exactly what's going on, but that's always going to be good. Let's have a look at this little guy, follow him around. He's just going to be heading back home. I think he may have just seen everything that he wants to see. There's not really much to see, especially because TLO only has the spawning pool up at the moment, as well as the 2 bases, and I think he's going to be droning up for a bit. I'm not actually sure what the metagame is exactly like for ZV PvZ, but I know in my personal experience that Protoss seems to lead this match in a very certain way, unless you leave the Zerg to his own devices, in which case Mutalisks would definitely be on the map and causing a lot of harassment. Whoa, we have a little bit of lag over there. I don't know exactly what's causing that. But yeah, that's definitely out on the field. Apart from that, it's usually the Protoss who leads the way, you know, either choosing to go for a Colossus tech and then you know, forcing the Roach Hydra, which is pretty common for Zergs, especially at the moment. You tend to see quite a lot of Roach Hydra builds. It's sort of like the Marine Marauder Medevac build that a lot of Terrans go for. So we tend to see quite a bit of that. There's quite a lot of map vision for TLO at the moment, but not very much creep spread, which is kind of interesting, which tends to suggest some sort of airplay which might come in, but there isn't very much gas out, so I'm not quite sure about that. Yeah, TLO not sitting on a lot of gas at the moment, so I wonder what he'll be spending it on. when it does eventually start rolling in. He does have a Roach Warren on the way as well as a Lair, so we might be seeing the that Spire coming up soon, or a Hydra Den, as I said. Very, very great possibility. A little bit of a supply block for MC, but he's luckily ahead. There are a couple of Stalkers moving out around the map, actually, just trying to see if they can clean up any Zerglings that are moving around. There's a Zergling over here, very, very sneaky over there. We'll have to see what his fate is in the future. But right now, TLO has so many drones, actually. I'm actually quite curious to see how many drones he has. 49 versus 43. Actually, it's quite fair at the moment. But MC going for a Void Ray mothership, or has a Void Ray, a mothership core, and some Stalkers. He might do very well against those two Roaches of TLO at the moment. And we do have a little bit of an engagement over here. Man! Oh man, it has been too long, and we're seeing quite a little bit of a battle over here. What will we be seeing? The Zealot does manage to go down, but not before they all managed to take out a Roach. So I think that was quite a favorable engagement for MC at the moment, bringing out his mothership core. So the entire army is here right now with a two Void Rays. So we'll have to see. Two Void Rays are pretty good against Roaches. So I think any amount of Roaches are just going to completely melt away when those do roll in. But unfortunately for MC, TLO and his Queen management has them in position to defend these Roaches. Will that Queen go down though? Catching him inside the Time Warp. So these Queens are going to be trying to take down some of these Void Rays, but the Void Rays are just too strong, accompanied by that Mothership Core. I don't think they're going to be able to drop anything. This Void Ray just narrowly dies by TLO's little bit of micromanagement, but he's lost so many Queens. At what cost did he lose that Void Ray? Did he manage to kill that Void Ray? He's going to be losing yet another Queen. This is so many Queens going down at the moment, but TLO is moving out with a lot of Zerglings and Roaches coming in over here as well. Unfortunately for him, there are a lot of Void Rays still inside his base doing a lot of damage over there, and they are kind of unstoppable at this point. There's nothing really here. There is a Hydralisk Den, but he is forced to move back at the moment because there is just too much for him back at his base. I don't think he really knows about this yet. Let's actually just have a look at his vision. No, he does not know about it exactly yet, but it's still quite dangerous. This observer may be catching just the edge of that army over there, so he does know that there is an army over here, moving the observer into position over there. But does he have what it takes to be able to stop this army from charging into his base? At the moment, it does look like MC does have quite a lot of units to stop this. At least prevent it from doing any damage. Maybe not kill off the entire army, because these Roaches are still slow. I don't think they have the Roach speed upgrade. This Hydralisk is going to go really pear-shaped. It's going to go really pear-shaped for that Hydralisk if he doesn't get out of there. Actually, that's just too many too many Void Rays. You say two Void Rays, and the Mothership Core is just still too many. Unfortunately for TLO. TLO is lagging a little bit behind here. He does have quite an economical advantage at this point, because he does have the additional bases, but MC is going for his third base now at the moment as well, and his army is looking quite big and quite menacing as well, and it's going to be doing quite a lot of damage to TLO's army. But with these Hydralisks and Roaches mixed in, I think he might be in a little bit of trouble, especially with those Hydralisks. They're going to just completely destroy this air army, which was the bane of TLO's army. But at this point, it looks like he will be the battle will be favoring him until MC brings out that Colossus. That Colossus is just going to completely destroy all of the light units in this composition. Getting a little bit out of position over here with the Time Warp, killing almost all of those Hydralisks, and those Zerglings almost getting into trouble as well. So this looks like a pretty good engagement for MC over here. He looks like he will be able to hold this base off for a while, and that's exactly what he needs right now to stay in this game, especially with TLO's army that was looking very dangerous a couple of seconds ago, but now it's just going to fail in completely. These two Colossus are just going to completely decimate every 10th a decimate. He's just going to completely destroy the army of TLO, the Zerg, in this match. A couple of things winding down at the moment. We do have some Mutalisks moving in as well, a whole bunch spawning in right now. I'm actually quite concerned right now, because this is an enormous amount of Mutalisks. This is 18 Mutalisks already, 19 and still counting. So we'll have to see an additional 5, so it looks like it will be about 25 of those. But I don't think that that MC really has the anti-air for that. He does have a couple of sentries, and sentries are really good versus mutalisks, but 4 sentries versus 25 mutalisks, that's way too many. But this army is going in for a very aggressive push over here. TLO actually going for a very strange expansion opportunity over here. Unfortunately, it looks like he might lose this base right now because he's way out of position, but he's also doing a lot of damage to MC at the moment, trying to take out 2 bases at the same time, doing quite a lot of damage over here. Will he be able to take out this base? He still is struggling to kill off some of the units that still remain over here. He has done a lot of damage to the entrance of MC's base, but at the same time, MC is moving in with this huge army that's also unstoppable. It looks like they will be going for a base trade, but the base trades look like it will be favoring TLO at the moment because he has managed to split his army up into 3 parts and is taking out each base individually, while MC is staying to 1 army at a time, actually managing to split it up into 2 with the stalkers on the one base and the zealot colossus void race. Such a strange composition actually, but this is excellent control from both players, managing to use all of the units at the same time, and just control so good. Man, this is really excellent. But it looks like TLO is going to be pulling back with his army, maybe to try and take out this army down here at the bottom, and try to take out this top one over here. MC in a bit of trouble right now because all of his buildings are already revealed, while TLO has a lot of bases all over the place. He has lost most of his tech. In fact, he will not be able to build anything except for mutalisks very soon. So we'll have to see exactly what he will be able to do. This is quite an intense match. There's so much happening at the moment. Could I have chosen a more intense game to cast for my first one in a couple of days? In fact, a couple of weeks actually. It looks like TLO losing his main base at the moment means that he only has the Spire left for any sort of tech at the moment. He was moving in with his Mutalist. Will he be able to do the damage to stop this army? It looks like he was able to quell it, and MC dropping the GG, realizing that the game is over for him. And man, that was a seriously close game right up until the end. But I think that MC really did lose the game as soon as he lost all of his mining bases, unfortunately losing most of his money and buildings. Actually, I think he could have warped in a couple more units, but it still would not have been enough for the extraordinarily large army of TLO. Man, that was just a really good play from him. But yeah, there you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.